Ahoy mateys! Today we be talking about pirates.
Specifically Pirates of the Caribbean because I love it.
Such an iconic series. A series that never really needed to be a series. 3 iconic movies. And then the 4th movie.
Now you stay in that corner and you think about what you've done. You're in timeout, mister.
But wait! What's that? On the horizon? Could it be? Yes! We're saved! Pirates of the Caribbean 5 Dead Men Tell No Tales. The not really awaited finale to the Pirates of the Caribbean series. Or is it? Let him sleep! I'll be honest, I was a bit skeptical when they first announced the new movie. Really skeptical.
You know what you did.
But then I saw Orlando Bloom in the trailer and I felt a glimmer of hope. Finally, after 10 years, they're bringing him back.
Get it? 10 years because of the Davy Jones curse?
Probably because a bunch of dead guys are roaming the sea and he has to take care of it, right? Wrong! Will's barely in the movie, even though the entire plot revolves around him. Daddy, I'm gonna free you from the curse. No, son, you can't. It's impossible. Also, surprise, I'm a fish person again because I didn't get rid of that when I became Davy Jones the first time. Also, I can't control my own crew for some reason because #pirates, am I right? So you have to leave. No, go home to mommy. Daddy's gotta do his job. You can't save me. Bye. Anyway, I finally saw this movie the other day and I was pleasantly surprised. The movie finally got back to what the original trilogy was all about. Probably because it used the exact same plot as the first movie. There's a boy and a girl.
One of them wants to find their dad.
Who, spoiler alert, is a pirate. Oh, what's this? Surprise! There are dead pirates who are after Jack Sparrow and want to cause general mayhem. So the boy must enlist the help of Captain Jack Sparrow, who is the only one who can help. Clearly there's no one better for the job. Anyway, there's one way to stop the pirates from being jerks. The heroes do the thing and save the day. Also the English are there. The end. So it's basically a remake of the first movie. But, of course, no movie is perfect. So let's talk about the things I didn't like. Let's start small. Jack Sparrow's antics in this movie felt even sillier than in the first 3 movies. Now, I know his whole deal is that he's goofy, but this movie just made him seem silly. Everything he did felt forced and juvenile. I don't know, there's something off-putting about him that wasn't like him in the first movies. And no, I don't mean his enlarged drinking habit. P.S. Why was that a thing? All pirates were drunkards, and Henry gets all offended when he finds Jack in the cell and he's like, ew, the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow is a drunk? Yeah, what did you expect? If you want scurvy, be my guest.
That's a true pirate fact, by the way. They drank all the time so they wouldn't get sick.
Also, 12 horses dragging the frame and vault of a bank? Seriously? Where'd you even get 12 horses? What happened to those horses after that? Are they okay? Take care of those horses. Just ride the horses. You don't need a boat. Horses swim. Next. Where are all the people of color? You're set in the Caribbean. Where are all the people of color? Sure, you've got the Spanish, who are like the main enemy. But there were like 2 black people in St. Martin. Yes, but it takes place in a colonial city or whatever. Everybody English and blah, 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 blah. People of color still existed when white people invaded the Caribbean. Where are all the black people? Where are all the indigenous people? I'll be honest, I didn't get a good look at the crowds when I first saw the movie, but from first glance, it looked pretty white. And last but not least, let's talk about sexism. In the past, Pirates of the Caribbean has been pretty good about its women. They're strong, independent, with great character arcs.
Except for you, Anna Maria.
You deserved so much more. And in general, they seem fairly respected by their male counterparts. But that all went down the tube with this movie. Meet Karina Smith, the female lead of this movie. She's an astronomer, a horologist, and a witch. That's right, folks. Because she's a scientist, she's seen as a witch. Now, I understand this to some extent. There was this idea back in olden times that women of science were seen as witches, but that was more like medieval times. I have to think for a moment. No, that was definitely medieval times. Jack and his crew repeatedly refer to her as a witch and discredit her opinion because she's a woman. They even have have a real witch, and they still call her a witch. How soon we forget Pirate King Elizabeth Swan,
Who was robbed, by the way.
Oh, look, it's Will. He's been freed from his curse that was meant for all eternity. I'm not going to say anything, though. I'm sure my presence is enough.
Pirate King! And Elizabeth's character is not an unheard of thing. Real pirate fact, there were female pirate captains. There were some who would dress like men. Not all of them did it, but some. So that when they fought other pirates and they won, not only would it be like, haha, you lost, but they would expose their breasts and be like, haha, you lost to a woman! And then all the men would be like, no, my dignity! Because masculinity is so fragile. I believe there were female pirates who did dress like women, but like, those are my favorite stories about the ones dressed like men. Anyway.
Also, Mary Read and Anne Bonny were on Lesbian with each other.
Pirate King! And as far as I'm aware, she gets to keep that title until she drops dead. But, you know, I'll just pretend she's being governor of Port Royal so that I can sleep at night. And she's not just the king. She's the captain, too. And a pirate lord. I blame the fourth movie.
You know what you did.
Yeah, you know what? It's fine. This is fine. You know, at least after some point the pirates are like, alright, she's cool. She's got the map that no man can read.
I am no man.
She finds the trident, she breaks the curse, she saves the day, and she gets her dad back and is happily ever after, right? Wrong! Can't believe those jerks made me watch Barbossa die a really sad way twice! But she's like, I'll find a new dream, blah blah blah. And that new dream is you, Henry. Henry breaks the trident and breaking his dad's curse or whatever and stopping every curse in the whole ocean. Okay. Who's gonna ferry the dead to the world's end now? That was his whole job! Also, you've made the ocean boring for everybody. Okay, that's all I have to rant about. I think. If you like this video, give me a hook up, me hearties. Piratey terms. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos, however dated they may be. And let me know what you'd like me to rant about next. Terrible accents, perhaps. Take what you can, give nothing back. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Also, what happened to Pintel and Rigetti? They weren't even mentioned in the last two movies and they've been replaced by these half-wits. Okay. I'm done. Bye.